I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is August 6th, Wednesday, 2025. I hope you had a good day today. So like we told you, so the idea we were talking about, remember a couple videos ago, we were talking about coming up and retracing back. How low is it going to come back? Then I said yesterday, maybe come a little bit lower. I made the video at this time. What did they do? They just swept this right here, stayed above here. Mentioned maybe coming in here, maybe coming in here. For a disclaimer, I don't know, obviously, what the fuck Asia and London is going to do. But the logic was just this simple. Now, you're going to go right into the fire. I mean, there's the idea, and here is the logic of executing as well. But tricky at the same time, because they had, you know, look, a little pennant. We were sitting in the middle when it was 9:30. What have we done already? You got to look in the past. Take a look. If you got the right chart, you know, you'll see we're sweeping here, and then you'll see the bodies right there. Look at the 4 hour, the bodies on the 25 bottom 25% of that bullish daily imbalance. You can see it already hugging there. You can see on a refine area here. You can see that we tagged the 50. We're using that previous imbalance from Monday. I think this was Mondays, right? Was it Mondays? Yeah, Monday, yeah, okay. And let's go into it. So, and then you have this understanding here. You did get into a, on a 1 hour, you'll be able to see that it's an imbalance there too. Right here, see this imbalance, but 50. So look how the bodies sit on that 20 on the 1 hour, the 25, the top 25%. You can see us laying on top of that right there with the nested area. I mentioned this was an important level yesterday even. And then we wick down, boom, with this 8 o'clock, and we tagged literally the candle itself and the top 25%. Also, it's going to include the fucking that imbalance, that first one, right? But the trickiness here is this. So when the price 930 dips into the fucking opening range gap and then takes off, I'm like, man, it was so dirty the way they did it, so I couldn't catch it. But and I was bullish, but at the same time I was also bearish, because I had both those understandings that it could have came down to sweep some liquidity. But the thing is just for now at this moment, I had lower lows here with Dow, with S&P, and then I had higher lows here with Nas, right? And that's when that buy took off. Now we come and we tagged this high, and we're much lower here. Did I draw? Yeah, originally this was here, but you know, obviously it just kept going. But at that moment I used it for there, and then I sold it. So we have that important gap, okay? That gap, and who's got that on their chart? I doubt it. Fucking really doubt it. But we came up, so we pushed up, and I'm like, damn, I'm not a momentum trader, so I let it go. Pushes up, ticks to that gap perfectly. So I get in the sell. So the sell's coming down, comes to the 101.5. I want to raid liquidity before I buy, is what I'm trying to say. We raid that, and I was like, okay, cool. But I was like, it's stuck at 75. I want to seal it. Got married to tagging this fucking area. And I was like, and it didn't. And we had another. It was a lot of shit going on. So try to follow me. But we had another higher low. So that low still didn't take out this guy. I wanted to take out this guy, and we didn't. And we shot up, and I was like, bruh. But at the same time, first imbalance is here, coming down. Okay, so which direction do you see it? This is now a speaker. I'm still bearish and bullish. I don't really have a clear, defined understanding, but I do understand that I did the projection here with this range from low to high in the bottom 15-minute. You can see I push it up. I want to get into this area, and to be honest, I really want to get this guy right here, this high. If we're bullish, I want to use that as a target. Obviously, this guy right there too. But when we wicked it at that gap, we had just only took that guy out, and I was like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna come down and sell. So I sold it down here and got married a little bit and watched it come up. I'm like, fuck, you just missed the buy. and I knew I had already messed up there. Okay, so price shooting up shouldn't be up here if it's going to be buying, but here's the low, high, then a lower low, and then a higher high. So you see the speaker, it's a shakeout. But when a shakeout is, and if it's bullish, it's going to then it's going to be a buy, sell, buy. I'm looking for higher highs, higher lows. It's high resistance. It's already giving you a high resistance day. So what am I doing when it pops up? Okay, I was wrong here. Now what am I doing? I'm shifting my bias to 100% bullish. Yo, fire. Okay, pushes up, takes out that high. And by the way, this when I projected this little swing candle here, this little swing here, we were in a 1 and 1.5, and that's why I was trying to get down into here. But okay, fine. Then it pushes up, and now this is direction. You're gonna be, well, what if this is direction? Well, this is not really direction because it's still above here. So what do? This pushes up. Now I have an understanding in the range of the opening range. It's gonna be pushing up. So I'm looking for a retrace. Where does it come? Comes right back down. Where is the deepest discount? It comes into that imbalance right there, and you have to mark this right, otherwise you wouldn't even see it. But there's a gap here, and 50%. So difficult to execute. Matter of fact, my execution was poor. Like every time I tried to do something, it was just like not where I wanted to get filled, and they were fucking wicking, and it was the way it is what it was. So when you see this shakeout, you expect a high resistance retrace if this is going to be the higher low. Okay, fine. I understand that it could come even lower, but this is the logic. Pushes up. I'm already in it. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm also using this down candle as a support, but pushes up through, comes up. Now I have it projected here. Where am I going with this? Well, I have a 1 and 1.5 here, which we came into initially with this. We pushed up, and then we retraced back. When we popped up here again, now this is a moment where it's another high structure, and then a higher low. If we're doing a leg up, this is possible, okay? We understand that these internal lows, higher lows can be liquidity as well. And I'll show you the logic of what I was doing in a second. But my goal was what? The 2 to 2.5. Okay, very clear. So that's why when I'm in here and this pulls up and it retraces back, it's bouncing on the first imbalance. Now, by the way, I did not include the gap, so it should have been a hair higher, which wouldn't have really made a difference. But I made a mistake right there. But it's really not a big deal. Doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But the point is, bounces here. Look at little 3 guys, takes them out. By the way, this is drive 1. Get the guy right there, drive 2, then drive 3. See that? See these 3 guys right there? So I knew I fucked up, and I knew I was like, oh, dude, but I don't feel comfortable buying this. But the old me would have probably bought this. But whatever, it's fine. Look at the beautiful, I'm glad they gave me a good retracement. Get in, bounce, and we shooting right up to it, bro. You're going to see that this is very fucking specific. What am I doing up here? Look to the left of the chart. I have that high that I'm talking about, that guy. I have, so liquidity and balance breakout. This is where I really wanted to go with the price, right there. I wanted to go right there. Watch how I play this shit. So with coming up, I'm already kind of got beat up. It's a little bit intense and feelings kicking up. My goal was to obviously above this high, but this imbalance from the previous days, not yesterday's, but the day before's PM session, I think. Yep. And then that negative 3.5. I mean, I'm laying right on it, right? And that's what the low of this circle that I got in the 1 minute, the low is, I believe that 3.5. The height of the circle there is this positive 1 standard deviation. So I'm trying to get into here, and that's it. Scoop it out. Done. Okay, so now I know that we've already reached this area here and we broke through, and it's high resistance day, price action. I expect to sell from here. Why? Because, and I could talk for days, but the movement has been push up 1, even it went down, but let's not count that. 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 down, 5 up, 6 down, 7 up. So I'm actually looking for a move 8 in this conversation. In general, if I didn't include the pre-movement and I just include the low to the new high, so So move up one, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. I'm selling it in extreme in a way. Yes, I know I want to go here, but this is the shot that I'm going to take because I'm actually kind of want to be done at this same time because it is what it is, but it was a great run. But then look what happens. I take the sell. The circle is still there. Nothing has fucking changed, and it sold from there. What does it do? It comes down and it pops up. I'm looking for this to be a sell. It's digging in the last candle. The entry method is it broke through that last up candle. Well, you could say this one here. And then it pops in. As soon as I get in and it closes, I'm pushing the sell button. I'm going to know immediately if it's wrong if it goes any higher from here. Right? And at this moment, what am I doing? Well, I know it's a high resistance day, but number one, I measured this range here to here. Because right now you can see the structure. It's very fucking clear. But what am I doing here? Just from here to range. But I do understand that this can be the range here. Why do I say that? Well, because this low takes out that low. And this is the leg up. And very common, and I say it all the time in this channel, they'll induce higher lows inside that leg, and then they'll come and sell down for it. You'll see what I mean on the next slide. But for here, I was just trying to take a simple scalp and move, and nothing big deal. Because of the fact that, hey, you never know, man. This could be, this could sell off from here, and if it comes down. But at this point, I'm already keeping my bias of now being bullish because we've been talking about coming down possibly. Okay, cool. And also obviously a target would be the previous daily's high. Okay, that's obviously in green. It's sitting there, and obviously that's the example I'm giving you in this play. Right, so I'm aware of that too, so I'm not clueless, but I just didn't have the strength to do it and continue. But back to the trade. So we push up, we get out, again, this was a possible mistake range, but I was trying to be fair. So what was I doing? I sold it, and you can see I'm trying to jam the stop loss. I know I'm probably going to come lower, but I wanted to get into a discount at least at this range, and then you'll see in the next picture how I use it. But I get stopped out fucking right there, dude. I was like, really? Because it ended up coming down to the 9:30, and it was a beautiful trade, but I choked it a little too much. I'm okay with it because I took profit and I secured it. What happened next? Right there. I get stopped out by the hair right there. So I made a mistake. Okay, cool. Again, execution. I was on the poor side. It was not easy because these are pretty big ass candles in a small range, but it pushes down. What does it do? Takes out these two guys I just talked about. Comes down, takes out that low, by the way, those three guys. And then right here, comes where? To the 9:30. Perfectly, right? Digs down a little bit, all right? And just squeezing up the breakout traders. I already knew I fucked up. Even if you looked at this range from the projection here, you can see where 50% is sitting right there. That's another entry. And the 50, and it's laying, by the way, another side note, the 930 is literally laying on top of the high of the daily imbalance. So, boom. A motherfucker, when the price pushed up above the 930, they're pushing buy right here. That's why they come. And I talked about this yesterday. Some people don't even look at the 930. These retail traders, they had no idea what they're doing today. They were just, taking momentum trades. I'm being very specific, dude. Like this shit is raw. But, you can see we get into here and we're wicking, we're at 930. See the little three guys posting down. Boom. I'm trying to get this bitch and push up for where? You can see I'm very clear. I got a new circle of the new high is generally speaking where I want it to go. And then I'm also highlighting what was the height of this? The height of this circle was that fucking -4 and the breakout guy I wanted. That guy right there. This guy I wanted right there. See that? Boom. Break right through. The 4 is laying on that level. That's what this top of this circle is. Okay. Watch the decision making. Get pushed up here. We're playing around up and down here. But you see we tag into this imbalance. You got to mark your chart. So as soon as it popped up, I'm laying in it. Boom, pushes up, gets above. Boom, pushes up. What am I doing? I got this highlighter right here. See, I got this highlighter right here. This push down with these candles, the swing from here to here. Where's -1? I'm incorporating that in this, and you see me pushing it up. We get 1 drive, 2 drives, 3 pushing up, and I'm trying to squeeze that bitch. Beautiful trade. 100 points is not easy, but yes, I understand I can hold it all the way up here. But again, I don't need to mess around and find out. It was already a challenging day, and good decision. Why? Because that bitch, I got squeezed out, and then the price retraces back. Why am I doing that? Number one, because the bias is still correct. Number two, I'm getting a pullback. They're wiping some people out. I'm using this gap. Look at the gap. Yeah, 3 drives right there too, pulling back. But look at the gap. Momentum, I'm pushing that bitch, right? Pushing it. Where am I going? I just told you. I'm trying to get that high. I'm squeezing that bitch to the last moment. Beautiful. And that's it. What time is it? 10:56. Guess what? London close. Guess what? I don't want to trade anymore. But in these scenarios, I know the buy is already happening. Oh, by the way, you can see I have the range here. Did I say that earlier? No, I did not. There's that range, and I left it the same. So that range here I'm dealing with, the pullback, okay? And then that was the range, and we pushed up. I'm getting above it. Beautiful. Look at that shit, bro. Good decision making. The -1 was my target after this, but I got stopped out. It is gonna happen, and it is what it is. Take a look at, I have the 2 to 2.5 over here. You can see it up here. You can see where we went, man. Look where we went, man. So get stopped out right here. Little speaker comes back to this last imbalance. I mean, not last. This imbalance right here. Tags it, breakout area from that high, and it's just gone. Now it becomes a birdie, buy, sell, buy. So buy, sell, buy, sell. Speaker, by the way. Sell, buy, right? So these pullbacks is very similar to that Monday's price action. So this is a language. We understand the way things look. What's another thing I'm missing here to say? So, and then, I'm telling myself, well, you're done. You're going to walk. What am I going to do? Buy right here? So, yes, I understood in very extreme bullishness that a pullback like this and taking some liquidity in these bounces right here, right on these candles, I'm very clear, very, very easy, actually. We bust through. This is a retracement for breakout levels, right? It's not perfect, but it's the logic in this little area right here. We talk about this all the time. On a 50 right there, by the way. But can I be involved in this and push up? Yeah, but I don't know what the range is going to be, man. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't want to find out and sit here through this. I've already went through war and accomplished. You must be content. There's no other way to put it. But yes, these were nice trades right there, but I'm not playing with these people. And coming all the way up into that gap, closely to that gap, getting more of the breakout areas here of the sellers of the last minute. So they, and sweeping the previous day's high. And dollar with coming down more. I mentioned that yesterday. You gotta be, even though that fucking video was 39 minutes long yesterday, did you watch it? And did you gain from this? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's doing that day before? I mean, I don't try to sound arrogant, but like, for real, I'm just letting you know, like, motherfuckers is, anyways. So the point is that we wanted to see this come down and we were going to push up more. We did that. And by the way, that sell that I took up there, we had a higher high here with Nas. And then we had very clear lower lows. This was kind of like a confirmation of it selling for me. And that's why I was in that sell. Then when we came down and you see me took that buy back up here, I had a clear higher low. Couldn't get any more better than that. And just so you know, this is why I don't trade down anymore. Because of the fact that this shit right here would have pissed me off. Yeah, you can see the drives, 3, right? But the thing is that I would rather take trades and them still be higher lows than fucking taking me out constantly, right? And that's what Dow is. And this is the prime reason why I don't fucking trade Dow. But moving forward here, you can see Dow is just up and down. So it's like, indecisive day. still sitting in the middle, you know, and they led right into it here. Look at this. Look at this. It's just fucked up, man. Sloppy as hell. Didn't really go much places. S&P we pushed up. They took out their high, and that's good. You know, whatever. We're bullish. Still stick with the bullishness, and then I lost the idea of being bearish. And the reason why, look at this shit. Again, is this something you want to fucking trade? I don't want to trade this. You know what I mean? Even though after that low, yeah, okay, it's okay, cool. But again, it's just not as clean as Nas. Nas is the cleanest thing. I think is the cleanest thing. Period. But again, bodies here. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Look at the daily. Look at the daily. Look how the daily, when I made the video here, it came down a lot more. We closed on the 25%. Look at the daily. And look at the open of today. The level is sitting on the 25%. This is what gave me the logic of saying, and especially with, with this shit here, with the 50 and the 25 right there. But that gave me the bias to say, even though I was wrong, and I took a trade and I was wrong, okay, got a little married to trying to be maybe sellers, and then all this shit started to come in. Like, oh, are we gonna sweep all this and get into this area here or here? Because I talked about that. Remember, I give the options. Those same options that I draw, they're screenshotted. If I want to journal and be really, whatever, I'll put them and I'll see them for the next day. I already understand what my possibilities are, and including Asia London data, of course, and then I'm making these decisions. But being flexible to see the structure shift above like that and retrace, that is to show you the bias of now buying and being able to do that. Pretty clear. All right, to the 1 and 1.5 up here, 2 to 2.5 up here. We're short of the 3 right now up there, but man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fire, bro. Boom. And when I bought this, I told myself the minimum target I wanted to hit was that breakout guy right there, right? And then this, this 3.5 to 4, and I really wanted to wait for that, and I just fucking quit, and sometimes it's good to quit, but sometimes it's not good to quit, and I say that because of the fact that, like, okay, you saw the bias switching, you could have got into entries, and some opportunities, and make up for maybe some of the losses. Now you're not doing that so you can make up the losses and overtrade, but sometimes sticking with it, you will see the price go where you think it's going to go. I've already have an understanding that with this range here to here, it's inside. It doesn't break that low. We're not trying to. That 930 was nice, and then coupled with that, anyways. Tired of making long videos and making videos. Trying to take advantage of this August right now because of the understanding of this big movement and swings here. That and I am a little upset that I didn't keep going, but because of the timing and being actually fatigued, I just really didn't want to mess around anymore. So keep it a green day, made up for the bad execution and things that I've done today. And that's what I meant by sticking to it, is that if you do things right, you know what I mean, you most likely will obviously be profitable and get some good wins. But, it's just that simple, man. I mean, this is just experience, and, because I really thought that it might have turned into a shakeout day. It was a shakeout day, but if it was going to be like a transition day where it stayed down here, I've been like, fuck. You know what I mean? But just keeping it simple there was the good plan to stick with. And again, I think we're still bullish here. But let's go into it. I wanna be done. 24 minutes. And the only thing with this data though is that with the historical data, the 5-year will just keep going up. Okay. So it's like, it's doing that shit, right? I feel like that's just a little too easy, but we'll see. So this is the one example for being bullish, like from here, I could say. And then if we're not, and we go back to the example that I gave, that where we came up, and then remember, you can go back a couple videos ago, 3 videos ago. I gave this example from here, I think, where you end up coming through. You end up selling off to then do this, because this is the general pattern for those first 10 days. If it's going to be the 15 year, it'll do this. If it's the 15 year, it'll do this. I already told you what the 5 was, and honestly, the 30 year will show something like that, you know. So it's gonna kind of really gonna go up still. All right, so it's gonna go up, right, and then it's gonna retrace back and then continue back up, and that's the 30 year we end with, and then you end the month, right? So that's pretty much it. And again, it's tricky because but this move down, this move up, this move down, this move up, is pretty nice, and to take advantage of it. So I don't really know what else I can say. I think that's good enough, and just fire. We ended up, by the way, coming back into 50% of that daily range that I told you about, that I thought in the video when I was doing it, it came to a 50, but it didn't. Which is this candle here. We dipped down in, and you see how we got to negative 50, middle 50 equilibrium. So discount there, doesn't take out that low on purpose. Nice and shady, avoids the first imbalance of the month. I'm sure they're doing that on purpose to not be too incognito. But then you can see the writings on the wall with the time frames respecting this shit over here, bruh. Right there. 5 minute even. God, I like talking. I do. But at the same time, I'm not gonna go through the 5 right now. It doesn't matter. We dipped into that low imbalance right there with that gap. That's also what it was doing. So, you know, I won't have to go into too much detail. All right. So I think now I feel like, okay, well, I made a mistake in a way by not trusting. Well, obviously, if we're coming all the way up here to break that high right there, then it's most likely gonna birdie up and continue up for another whole range. And I wanted these guys, and I said, nah, be content. Fucking trying to be fair, and it's cool. But missing all that, it didn't have to miss all of it. Could have squeezed it up to here, but it's okay. But the reason why I'm saying this is I'm trying to take advantage of these intraday, this early month move, because they're trying to move so much. You know what I mean? So we'll see what they do here. Again, trying to dip out of the market now. We'll see if it's just very easy. But playbook here was definitely a shakeout. You could tell, obviously, man, you know. And good move with sticking with not being married to something and being flexible to move and bias and go another way. I mean, really, let that tell you what it's doing. And you guys take care and God bless.